So here today for another SPORTSvox session, here with Harry, and we're going to be talking managers, and no better place to start than somebody who you know very well, Harry. Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
How's he going to do at Derby?
Well, a big chance for Frank, and a good signing for Derby as well. He's certainly given the place a big lift. Difficult, could result at Reading. Difficult game last week. Got well beat by Leeds, who looked very good. But no, Frank's got a big opportunity there to, this year. And he's got to make playoffs. I mean, anything less than that would be. I know the chairman, Mel Morris, and Mel. I think he'd be looking for playoff position at least. And Frank's recruited some players in. I think he's brought some good players in. So hopefully he can do that this year, and hopefully he can get them promoted. It would be great to see him do that. But I think he's got a big
tough league.
Yeah, it's a tough division. There's 5 or 6 teams up there that all think they're going to get up this year. The teams that come down last year, West Brom, Stoke, they're all expecting to go back up again. I think not sure about Swansea so much. But then you've got Middlesbrough buying big, Leeds look strong. Not Forest have bought big. Wolves, Wolves in the Premier now, Villa, suddenly look like they might start spending, bring 1 or 2 in on loan now to strengthen their squad. So it's going to be a tough division.
Yeah. Obviously, one of his other generation, Steven Gerrard, Rangers, undefeated so far. How's he settling in? How does that challenge differ from the Championship?
Well, he's brought a load of players in there, Stevie. It's a tools race, for me, Celtic and Rangers. I watched Rangers play Aberdeen last week on TV. They played with 10 men for 75 minutes or something, and we're still the better team away to Aberdeen. So I can't see anyone else but Celtic and Rangers. And Rangers, I would think, probably will come second. Yeah. Over the season, I think Celtic probably just a bit better. Still, Brendan's done a good job there. But no, I'm sure he'll do well there. It's a massive club, Rangers. Glasgow Rangers, one of the world's great clubs. Wherever you go in the world, there's Rangers supporters, Celtic supporters. So it's a good job for him. I like to see him. I like Steve. He's an incredible footballer. Great leader, and I think he'll do very well in management. He's a very switched on lad, and I think he'll do great. And I think eventually, one day, again, the dream would be that he would end up back at Liverpool. I'd love to see. It'll be a great thing for the future to see him manage his own club, Liverpool.
Absolutely. What does success look like for him at Rangers?
Well, I suppose probably Che's getting closer to Celtic. Certainly finishing second at worst, and maybe winning a cup or something. But certainly, the games with Celtic are going to be the defining games. If they can beat Celtic, he's a massive hero because they've been getting beaten badly the last few years. So if he could turn that around, even if he won one of the games, that would give the Rangers fans a great night, a great day out for sure.
Brilliant. If we change the focus to the Premier League, we've got a few new additions in this season with Emery at Arsenal and Sarri at Chelsea. How are they going to fare against the sort of the Guardiolas and Klopps now this season?
Well, I think Guardiola and Klopp have got better teams, so I don't see them finishing above them too. Yeah, and that is the key. They've got better players than Burnley or Huddersfield, but they haven't got better players than Liverpool. And the game and Man City. I mean, I know it sounds simplistic, Neil, but it's about good players. I know you can get that extra bit out of them, and you can do whatever you want to do, but Man City have probably got the best players. Liverpool probably got the second best players. Very little in it. After that, you start looking at the others, Tottenham, and then it's a toss-up between the other teams. And that's how the division this year. You can pick the top 6 in whatever order, and then after that you're going with Everton, you're going with West Ham, you're going probably with Wolves, and then at the bottom you go. The teams, there's going to be 5 or 6 of them. You could name them now. They're going to be, because the players. It's not the managers. The players are what they are. Their players are bottom 5, bottom 6 players, squads.
Yeah. In terms of, one person we haven't mentioned is Mourinho. and it's obviously been well publicised with the media and how we're managing the players and obviously Pogba in particular. How difficult is it as a manager to manage those big profiles within a setup like United?
Well, it can be difficult if the player's a problem, but I don't know. Jose just seems to have the ump with Pogba, doesn't he? I don't know why. I don't know who bought Pogba, whether he didn't bring Pogba in or... I can't get to the bottom of that one, really. He seems to always be criticising him. But maybe Pogba's attitude around the place is not good. We don't see him every day, do we? Yeah. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So, Jose... And I think Jose is a winner. I mean, that's what he is. He wins things. And he looks at it this year and he's been moaning about the lack of recruitment or, the players they've brought in, even though they have spent a fortune in the last couple of years. But he's not a fool. He looks at his team and his squad and he thinks, I can't win the league. I can't win the league with this team. I don't know if I can finish above Liverpool with this team, let alone Man City. And he knows that. And he's come out and he's saying, that's basically what he's saying without saying. He can't say, well, I can't finish above them. But he's saying we haven't, with this squad, we haven't recruited enough. We haven't done this. We haven't bought the players in I wanted another 2 or 3 players. But because he knows that he's not going to win the league this year.
Yeah. And I think they've just recruited a director of football as well. How's that in terms of the sort of decision making in terms of transfers and the running of the club? Well,
it's got to be someone that Jose would want to work with. Otherwise, he's in for a very difficult time. If he's not singing off the same hymn sheet as Jose, then he's got no chance. It'll be a war. You've got to have a director of football who gets what the manager wants, basically. But they are useful, that, he can come to you with players and you can go through it with him. You can look at the players he's got. And great, I'm sure so if he's got a great knowledge of players, Pep's got that. Man City, he's got the guy who's at Barcelona. So he's very useful. Managers are not bringing players in anymore, Neil, because very difficult. When do you get time to watch these players? How do you get to games? You play Saturday. So, we're all signing Argentinians, we're signing Colombians. As a Colombian just signed for Bournemouth. Eddie's not been to watch him play. Couldn't have done. Now, people can say, well, he's not been out watching him play. I know he was playing in Spain or something, but Eddie wouldn't have been out. He came to the light in the World Cup, basically. That was the first time anyone had thought about him. And so, he's got somebody else who's watching him, who he has to trust. And he comes to him and says, look, I've watched him now 3 times. We like him. Eddie will watch the videos of him. He'll get him up on, and cut all the bits up that you can see him play. But that's what you're going by. And all the clubs will be the same now. You can't watch all these players, it's impossible.
Okay. And, in your time when you were managing lots of different nationalities, I mean, we've spoken about this before, how do you manage that from a sort of language perspective and on the training ground? It must be even more difficult.
Very difficult, and you can get a group of people, too many, and I don't mean it's not disrespectful, but too many lads maybe might have 4 or 5 foreign players from the same country or whatever, and they're all mates, and then 1 or 2 of them are not in the team, and it can fester. Then suddenly they're all not happy. They're in a group a lot. They talk a lot. It can be a big problem. They get cliquey. They want to sit with each other. It's very difficult for team spirit when you've got fractions of players.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And as I say, they cry on each other's shoulder. The ones that are not playing can bring the others back down as well. So it can make your life very difficult.
So when everything's going well, it's fantastic. But
great. As soon as you're having a bad time and you're leaving 1 or 2 of them out, I've had it a few times. It makes it. I've had it when I've had 2 players who were from one country who were great pals, and one of them's not in the team. Suddenly, the other one's personality changed completely. He's obviously they're sort of every night they're around the same house for dinner with their wives, and one of them's moaning about the manager not picking him, and the club's rubbish, and the other one's listening, and suddenly he starts to. It can be a problem.
Yeah. Arsenal and Emery. Obviously, a massive, gap to fill after Wenger's departure. what does Arsenal look like? They've just sort of looking to privatise the club as well. How will he fit into that situation?
Well, they look going forward. They look okay. They've got good forwards, but I still think defensively they've not improved. They're still short at the back. The back four doesn't win anything for me this year. It's a poor back four that will get beaten away from home quite regularly, I would have thought. But when things are going their way, they'll rip you to pieces going forward. They've got outstanding forwards, but as I say, I think they've not filled the gaps that needed filling at the back. So I don't see them being. I think they'll do well getting the top four this year.
Do you think he'll be given the time to build his squad over the years?
Well, I would imagine. They brought him in. Someone's. The people there must have. The owners must have had a big say as well as the chief executive. So they brought him in to do a job, but fans are very, very fickle. If things don't go well, it won't take long for them to start jumping all over him. So same as Chelsea, same as anywhere. You don't get long term. You don't stay a long time if you're not successful.
Yeah.
You can lose 5 or 6 games, you're bang in trouble now.
Yeah. And what about yourself, Harry? Can we finally sort of say football management has been knocked to bed?
I would think so.
Now?
Neil, probably, yeah. Although, I'd still, if something came along of interest, I'd still have a go.
Yeah.
If it was something that was a little challenge for me to do, I would still, I'd still enjoy that. I love the buzz of it all and being around players. So, but unless it was saying, I wouldn't want to be. I'm not going to be living away from home all week somewhere now, Neil. It's got to be somewhere pretty local. Or within travelling distance almost for me. But no, I've had a great innings. But so I watch all the games. I watch a million games. If the game's on TV, I watch every game on TV and every So I go to Bournemouth most Saturdays. So I enjoy that. I'll go and watch Derby when I can. I might go to Millwall this weekend. Watch them play Derby. Be an interesting game. So yeah, I shall get to as many games as I can.
Still in and around the game.
Yeah, I still love it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.